Peterborough, or P-Town, as the local youths used to call it. A cathedral city in Cambridgeshire, situated in the east of England. For a place that I presume is relatively unknown, Peterborough is hilariously historic. For a short time, Mary, Queen of Scots, was buried there, sporting a large pedestrian-only shopping area, complete with its very own cathedral square. Peterborough seems ideal for street music. And having grown up nearby, I thought it would be a fun, nostalgic trip to return to somewhere that I frequented as a young boy, to busk my heart out to the ghosts of the Tudor monarchy. Here is how I got on busking in Peterborough. Woo! Wow. Welcome to Peterborough. What a place. So when I was a little kid, I grew up not far from here, and I used to come here for like the Christmas fair and stuff. But now I'm here to do a busk. I've got a good feeling about it, you know. Before I do anything, I better go through the rules with you, just in case you want to do the same. The rules for busking in Peterborough. Peterborough Council have a neat little leaflet on all things busking. As with most councils, they call this their busking code of conduct. It states, busking, street theatre and other forms of entertainment are part of the Peterborough shopping experience, helping to create an enhanced and pleasant atmosphere for many people, both local and visitors. What lovely wording. Shout out to whoever wrote that. Great words. It goes on to say a bunch about busking and how it can be a nuisance for offices and businesses, as well as a part about the official acts and laws that can be enforced on buskers who are causing a nuisance. Then there are a list of guidelines which I'll condense into some nice bite-sized statements just for you. A. This says to sell CDs you need a street trading license. B. If you want to use an amp you're supposed to get permission from the council. I didn't and all was fine. So probably don't need to worry too much. C. This just says move on every 2 hours. Just in a really wordy way. D. That just says don't obstruct public highways. Very standard stuff. E. Stop if you're told to do so by a police officer. Sorry officer, I need to finish my song. And then I'll stop. F just says don't set up within 50 meters of another busker. G. Don't do anything dangerous. So, no blowing fire out of your tuba. H. Don't place money containers in the way of the public. Like I said, these are bite-sized versions of what they've actually written. I. No using fire. So definitely no blowing fire out of your tuba. And J just says no sleeping bags, blankets, shopping trolleys, bags and baggage, and no animals. All the buskers that like to bring their dogs. When I get a dog, I might bring my dog with me when I busk. But not in Peterborough, as it seems. But all very standard stuff with a bit of spice thrown in. I had absolutely no problems busking in Peterborough, as you're about to see. So let's just get on with the rest of the video. Alright, Peterborough, spot one. We have competition. There's another busker at the top, up the far side. So I'm gonna try down here to see what happens. It's busy though.
Now, still we're trying one more time.
Spot number one. Okay, so I might have already said this a few times on other videos, but get ready for one hell of a story. This was an incredible and profound busking spot. Let me set the scene. I arrived in Peterborough and encountered a fellow busker on the Long Causeway, which is the street to the north of the shopping area. So I decided to set up on Bridge Street, just outside the town hall.
It's Something to complain, but when you're driving me insane, well then I think it's time that we took a break.
I played one song, and in that one song, I already had 2 or 3 donations. I could just tell Peterborough was a vibe straight away.
Because I'm in deep and I'm trying to keep above in my head instead of going under.
And then, as I kicked into my second song, out of the corner of my eye, a character was headed my way, doing this funky little dance.
네? Again, talk. Yo, guys. So, coming out, say all one, welcome, Peterborough.
Now, this guy decided to take it upon himself to become my hype man. He was filming me with his phone, telling me it was for social media, for my social media, his social media.
Tell us where you're from, what you want to become, and we'll say that you're okay.
He was running up and down the street, stopping people, telling them that they had to stop and watch. He was going to the far ends of the street, telling people to come this way and watch me.
Said you right. The biggie Kelly's dead, the biggie Kelly said he's comprehend. Yeah, I don't wanna hear it.
He was singing my praise. And it was hilarious, but also he was just being an absolute hero.
What we share or not, I will ignore.
When people come over and they want to talk or they want a photo, I sometimes wonder if they have ulterior motives, especially if they're lingering around a lot.
We will check.
You never know if someone's gonna, I don't know, try and steal something or they want to sell you something. You know, standard stuff that happens just in the street.
No, it's mine and I exhale, 'cause I don't care where I belong no more.
But after a few songs, I realised that this guy honestly just was a bit of a wild character.
Now won't waste my time.
Who absolutely loved what I was doing. I think all in all, he must have stayed around for about an hour.
I'm telling you that go back, but you can't fall.
He kept telling me he had to go and be somewhere, and he kept giving me a hug and shaking my hand, only to not seem to be able to pull himself away and just come back and continue filming and giving me hype and telling everyone to come over and watch.
No more. What we share or not, I will ignore.
Let's go!
Now whoa.
Then, the most hilarious moment of my entire busking career so far.
Is I say, no, it's not a sin. No, it's not a sin.
Let's go!
No, it's not a sin.
Come on, let's go! Wow!
Thank you so much.
Lovely.
You're such a legend.
Special. I need to go, bro.
Okay, dude.
Let's go.
Enjoy your day.
Funny, yeah?
Yeah.
I will come back, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Spot
Keep
on.
doing, bro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah? Yeah, we mess about, bro.
This is one of the funniest things I've ever
I want to give you this one, yeah?
No, it's cool.
give it.
Dude, I don't want it. See you soon. Yeah?
In case you can't quite capture what's happening in the footage, he decided to put his hat on my head and then insisted I keep it as a gift.
Oh, you're too kind.
What a rad dude. We said our goodbyes, and as he walked off, I just couldn't help but feel really grateful for his enthusiasm. I just love those kind of enthusiastic and slightly wild people. This guy didn't seem to have a care in the world. He definitely didn't worry what other people were thinking of him, and he was just enjoying himself to the max. Something we should all do a little bit more often.
Perfect bit.
Yeah, nice. Bro, one more time.
What do you reckon? Suits me, eh? After about 2 hours, I decided to finish up in the spot. It seemed that the incredible energy from my new West African friend had rubbed off on the rest of the public. Let's just talk about set one. That was one of the most eventful things. Like, I've never had so much enthusiasm from one spectator before. This guy that comes up to me, he comes over within like the first few songs and he was like, "You're so good." And then he just proceeded to tell me that he's like a rich man, a billionaire apparently. And that he wants me to be a rich man and he was gonna promote me. But he was just a legend, like he had such a good energy. And not just him being enthusiastic, but the rest of the people were really friendly. Lots of great comments, lots of good stuff, good vibes. Bit of a theme going on in my videos, aren't there? Maybe there's just good vibes because that's what I'm here to do. Bring the good vibes, and that creates good vibes. I made £62.53 in total. And now I'm gonna go try and find another spot. What a great day. It is so warm, it's nearly November. What's going on? Anyway, let's go for another spot, see what happens. See if my friend returns. I'm currently stood right in the middle of the market square. It could be a rad place to set up, but I can hear my fellow busker compadre just down there. The fact that I can hear her, it's a her, singing, kind of puts me off. Makes me think I should go back where I was, or back down that way. But maybe I'll go and check it out. I'll go and check it out, and if in doubt, I'll just set up here. Because here would be epic. Okay, so this is my alternative outside B&M here. There is a road, not far, but it's quiet here in the sense that there's no other buskers, and it's busy in the sense that there's lots of foot traffic. So what do? Part of me just wants to go in the middle of that square because I don't know when I'm going to come back to Peterborough for a busk. And it seems like the most epic spot. Do you know what? I'm going to do it. You shouldn't busk where you can hear other buskers really, because you get a crossfire and conflict of sound. But I'm only going to do an hour. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going to go right in that market square.
Sunday morning when she woke up fighting mad.
Spot number 2. Yep, that's right. The energy from the first set had me on one, and I decided I'd gone all that way to Peterborough. I may as well play in the spot.
That girl was good as gold. And then when Thursday came around, I was so alone.
This is somewhere I used to come as a kid. My mum would always take me to the Christmas fair, and standing in the middle of that square, playing my heart out, it felt strange to know that 25 years or so ago, I'd have been stood there as a little kid in the very same spot, with no idea that future me would one day be there singing.
Now it's calling up on a radio station on a party, 3-night beach vacation. Deep sea senorita fishing down in Peterborough.
When you're that small, you have no idea where life's going to take you. And I still to this day don't know where life's going to take me, but I freaking appreciate it. It's so rad.
She was sure real quick to up and apologize.
Now this spot is ideal for busking. You're surrounded by foot traffic at all directions. You're in this incredibly historic place with a view of the cathedral. I'm sure you're probably stood in the same spot that many street performers have stood in throughout the ages.
Be the death of me was my saving grace.
And you know me, I love a bit of history. The donations were even more this time. People were coming over, giving me thumbs up, dancing, singing, smiling, putting in a few requests, putting their hands in the air, doing like that thing.
I check with a walk, picked up on a 5-string when I get vertical.
It was a real vibe. There are some places I go to and I think, I I'm probably gonna have a good busk here. And then there are some places that I don't suspect anything, just completely going into the unknown.
When I gotta see my excuse my Lord anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains, it pours. Thank you so much.
And I knew that Peterborough would probably be busy with people, but I had no idea that I'd be received that well.
I've been on one hell of a redneck for over 3 weeks now.
What an incredible place. And I never thought I'd say that about Peterborough when I was younger.
And then I won $100 on a scratch off ticket for Tail Flag City, Tiger God City. Just so they were wasted time there when she was wrong. And I was calling on the fire on
Ooh, wow, Peterborough. I did not expect to have such a great day in Peterborough. That was wild. It was so good. I guess you can't presume these things. I used to come here as a kid, as I said earlier in the video, and it is funny being somewhere you used to sort of go to when you were young. Playing in the middle out of Market Square felt amazing. I just kept thinking of like me as about a 3-year-old walking around that same Market Square, having no idea that as a adult I'd be playing my heart out. I enjoyed it so much. Honestly, I'm glad I actually went for the Market Square in the end. Spot 2, I made £55.75, putting Peterborough in a 100+ list. Go Peterborough, eh? I'm gonna go back and rest. And I'll let you carry on watching the video till the end. I'm gonna try and get a haircut, so future me might have better hair than I have right now, hopefully. Also, I just want to say a huge shout out to my new friend, my hat friend. Woo! Peterborough. I've visited that city many, many times, but I think this particular time has to go down as my favourite memory of it so far. I wish I could have got my hat gifting friend's name. What a funny guy. I highly recommend giving Peterborough a go if you're a fellow busker. And if you see a dude in running shorts and a leather jacket and a pink sparkly hat, get ready to have the hype dude of the century. Thank you for watching this video. Give it a like. Give it a like for the hat. Pink and sparkly. New York City, baby. New York City. Hit subscribe, if not for me, then for P-Town. And if you are a true fan, then send me your hat. Or put the notifications on. You choose. I am August Radio Project. I make videos every week and they come out on Mondays. Follow me on Instagram to find out where I'll be busking. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.